What did then the rat of the beginning, you said, to Kadijon, this on the Manamchis.
So in this way, with the greatest diligence and perseverance, in all the time and days and night, just carry through this Guru Yoga practice, the supplication to the Guru. Especially that without any ego or pride is very important. Whether one have any kind of knowledge or one doesn't have, however, one should not have any pride. Of course, in the element of sentient beings, that we have all these afflictive emotions. So even one have little bit of just knowledge, then one thinks, oh, I'm something great, and that way, how one develops that pride. And even just one man doesn't have great deal of kind of experience or realization, even just have tiny bit of it, then instantly one just give rise to this pride. And whether it is worldly or spiritual path, that when one have little bit of this pride, then it is not possible that one can give rise to any kind of qualities. So it has been said that the pride, which is like an iron ball, that there is no possible to just contain any kind of quality. So, for example, that a ball of iron, that however you just put into water, or however you pour the water on it, there is no possible it can contain, or it becomes just real wet. And in many times we also even don't know that when one have that kind of pride or ego. So in that way, every time just watching oneself and watching one's own fault, and to subdue and to get rid of the ego or pride is always important. And even within the kind of practitioners also, maybe one thing, I'm better than, just him. And of course there may be some, differences, but one should not have such kind of, the pride. If one could not subdue one's pride or that ego, then it is very difficult to receive the blessing of the Dharma. And for instance, if one have kind of received many teachings from many different masters, and then one thinks, oh, I know just Dharma, and that way, just it is not good for oneself. So that the pride, what it really destroys is one's own quality within oneself. So whatsoever just kind of wealth and material belongings or so forth from many ways there are possibility of giving rise to this, pride. So in that way, just looking one's own fault and concentrating into that, it is very important.
Then
so for instance, like these, yak, when that yak's kind of, horn is cut off or kind of, broke down, then naturally because of that wound, they just become, very humble. So similar like that, one should be in that way. So whatever so, worldly or kind of, dharma, that when somebody just, says something and then, that one could not just hold that and then instantly becoming very angry, that is just what is called the pride. So without such kind of, just pride, it is important always just to be humble and very simple way. So that if one have any kind of just, qualities, of course, just others will respect, but not necessarily it is really benefiting oneself because it is kind of demerit or degenerate one's own merit. So if one, just thinks, oh, I'm just great, or in that way, when one have that kind of pride, then that just obstructs to accomplish one's own dharma, and it kind of degenerate all the positive things. But still, just when we are kind of, receiving dharma and studying dharma, of course, when we are doing this, practice, of course, we need to have that, or of course, I can do it, I can practice it. Without that, of course, we cannot, achieve the goal. But when one just know little bit, some knowledge, then just thinking that, oh, I'm just a kind of a scholar or having good understanding, that kind of thought one should avoid. And in that way, if we do the practice, then there is a something that one can accomplish the dharma. With so much kind of, pride and kind of boldness, it is difficult to accomplish the dharma. Even one think that, oh, I just know, but if we just, compare with the, like a Buddha, then we even don't have, even like, particles of that, quality. So when one doesn't have any kind of, quality or, just knowledge, and then, thinking oneself is kind of, great, there is no any kind of, good thing. So when we just develop these like anger and then pride and this kind of afflictive emotion, and when that happens to us, then there is no any other way to go except So that is why just there is nothing we should do, just try to, kind of accomplish about, health. So that the practice of the Dharma, that what we all are doing is to get rid of all the afflictive emotions, not just to increase it. So in that way, without any pride, and then generating this great compassion to all sentient beings, like one mother with one son. So if we don't give rise to this bodhicitta, then it blocks the path of liberation. So of course you have heard it and you may just know, but it is not really just one could keep in one's mind. So in our just that Tibet, that there is a kind of animal called that you don't know, there is an animal called demo. It a little bit looks like a bear. So then this demon that in the forest, then he used to just catch the groundhog. So then he just digged the earth and then he killed the groundhog. So then when he find one groundhog, and then he hit with one blow, and then put under his butt, and then again he tried to dig the earth. So that way when he just lived up to get another one, the hogs. So all of those, he catch and hit one blow and put under his butt, and then in that way everyone is just still at the end gone. So at the end just only left only one. So our that practice of Dharma is also, if that happens similar like that, just if we forget the earlier ones, then there is no much benefit. So whatever one have received or whatever one have understood, it is always important to apply into practice in one's mind stream, and to maintain it is very important. So now this our retreat, it is almost 7 years. Then till now, whatever just I know, I have given all this teaching. Then also there are many other teachers who also just help whatever they know, they have just teach you. But you don't do same like that, just demo animal, just having under with yourself for a minute and then all it's gone.
then the Teba Mugu, young Tobajigene, then the Kasayana Drutobajis.
So now nothing much, just however, generating that bodhicitta for the benefit of the countless, sentient beings, and then cultivate that devotion, inclination, faith, and then just try to concentrate your mind into the practice.
Yeah, okay.